Formula One at all?
Yep. All right, Landon Bierfrund. I just butchered that.
Close enough.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Bierfrund.
Yep.
We got 5 laps in the Nissan GTR. Cool. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and put it down on. Remember, double set of cones. Braking hard. Blue cone. Off that brake. Turn in. Green cone. Start rolling on that throttle.
Right,
We're going to be gentle with that throttle.
All the way down and right?
Yep. Push down. No, push button. Push button. There you go. And then all the way down to automatic. And we're going to leave it automatic for right now.
Okay. So are we...
There we go. And we're going to go ahead and pull straight out. And then we'll be steering to the left over there. To pit entry on the left.
Do I follow these marks?
Nope.
This way?
Oh, there you go, just like that.
Oh.
And go and get up to 30 miles an hour. Both hands on that wheel, get up to 30 miles an hour, and try that brake pedal out, okay? And go and try that brake pedal out. Harder, harder, harder. There you go. Back up to 30 miles an hour. I'm going to try my brake pedal out, give you an idea what I was looking for.
All right.
Go ahead, lift off that gas.
A lot harder.
Yep.
Is that what you want me to do again?
Yeah, no, we're good. Just stay at 30 miles an hour for me. Get all that set into not soft mode. Sure. GTR to safety coming out for 5 laps.
And these are stop sign, right, basically?
Copy. We got the clearance to head on out. So now you're locked in manual. Go ahead and give me a couple downshifts. There we go. And start accelerating up, staying to the right. Good. And upshift. Good. And we're going to be rolling on up. Keep accelerating up. Keep accelerating up. We're going to be steering for that first cone out there. And we would be braking to that first cone. Off that brake, slight turn in. Nope. No downshift yet. We're going to keep third gear. And then we get turned in all the way down there. Get turned in all the way down there. And start rolling on that throttle. And then we get turned in right. And we get turned in right. Get turned in right. More right. There you go. Now get turned in left and start rolling on that throttle. And let her run out wide. All the way wide. And then we come all the way across track to that blue cone. And then we would be rolling in the throttle all the way up. Then off that gas, get turned in right. And we would stay right, stay right, stay right, braking to that cone. Then off that brake, get turned in. Off the brake, get turned in and start rolling back in that throttle. And go and keep rolling into that throttle as we're steering for that next cone. And then we're steering for the cone on the right. Keep rolling in that throttle. Keep rolling into it. There you go. Keep rolling into it. Keep rolling into it. And then we'd be steering for the blue cone on the left. Steering to the blue cone on the left. Braking to that blue cone on the left. Then off that brake. And get turned in. And start rolling back in that throttle. Keep rolling into it. Keep rolling into it. Steering for that cone on the left. Now we're steering for that blue cone all the way out there on the right. And braking to the blue cone on the right. Downshift. And off that brake, get turned in all the way down. Get turned all the way down. And roll on that throttle out. And full throttle out. Full throttle out. And up. And there you go. Keep going. Full throttle. Full throttle. Full throttle. And up. There you go. Staying left. Keep going all the way to the cones. All the way to the cones. All the way to the cones. And hard braking, hard braking, hard braking, downshift, downshift. Oh, slower on those downshifts. Now off that brake and get turned in. There we go. We'll roll back on that throttle. Keep rolling on that throttle. Keep rolling into it. Full throttle out, full throttle out. And braking straight line to that cone, hard brake. Then off that brake, slight turn in. A little early on that turn in, so get turned in all the way down. Now you can start rolling in that throttle. And then lift off that gas, get turned in right, let that nose bite get turned in right, and then get turned in left and start rolling back on that throttle. Keep rolling into it, full throttle all the way up to that cone. Then lift off that gas, get turned in right, staying right, and hard brake to that cone. Then off that brake and get turned in, and roll back on that throttle. Keep rolling into it, more throttle, more throttle, more throttle, buddy, more throttle. There you go, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go, and staying left, hard brake to that cone. Then off that brake and get turned in. And we're rolling back on that throttle. Keep rolling into it. All the way up to the cones. Keep going all the way to the cone. And hard brake to that cone and downshift. And off that brake, get turned in all the way down. And roll on that throttle out. And full throttle out. And upshift. I got it. That's okay. I knew you were going to do it. Up. Staying left. Up. There you go. All the way to the cones. And hard braking. Downshift. 1. Keep braking. Downshift. Then off that brake and get turned in. And roll back in that throttle. Keep rolling into it. Full throttle out. And braking straight line to that cone. Hard brake. Then off that brake. Slight turn in. Did I tell you to downshift?
No, you did not.
Alright then. Keep rolling in that throttle. And then upshift. And lift off that gas, get turned in right, get turned in right. Now get turned in left and start rolling back in that throttle. Keep rolling into it, keep rolling into it, full throttle out, all the way up to that cone. Then lift off that gas, get turned in right, a little bit of throttle. There you go, and then hard brake to that cone, hard brake. Then off that brake and get turned in and start rolling back in that throttle. Keep rolling into it, keep rolling into it, keep rolling into it. More throttle, full throttle. There you go, keep going, all the way up to those cones, and then hard brake to that cone, then off that brake, off the brake, and get turned in, start rolling back in that throttle, keep rolling into it, there you go, and then hard brake to that cone and downshift, then off that brake, get turned in. Now roll into that throttle out, full throttle out, and up, there you go, full throttle, and up, staying left, and braking at the cones, hard braking, downshift, off that brake, now let her coast, and get turned in, we'll make it, and roll back in that throttle, keep rolling into it, there you go.
That grip is crazy.
Yep, and brake into that cone, then off that brake, slight turn in, and stay off that throttle, get turning all the way down, start squeezing on that throttle now, there you go, and then lift off that gas, get turned in right, a little later on that turn, and now get turning left and roll on that throttle out and full throttle out, all the way up to that blue cone, then lift off that gas, get turned in right, a little bit of gas, and then hard brake to that cone, then off that brake and get turned in, no, you're good, roll back on that throttle, get ready for that upshift, and upshift, there you go, keep going, full throttle, there you go, all the way up to the cone, and brake into that cone, then off that brake and get turned in, there we go, roll back in that throttle, keep rolling into it, and hard brake to the cone and downshift, there you go, get turning all the way down, roll back on that throttle out and full throttle out, little later turning goes a long way there, upshift, full throttle, and up, staying left, all the way to the cones, and hard braking, downshift, little less brake, and then come off that brake and get turned in, there you go, roll back in that throttle, keep rolling to that throttle, and full throttle out, and hard brake straight to that cone, then off that brake, slight turn in, there you go, now get turned in all the way down and start squeezing on that throttle, keep squeezing into it, then lift off that gas, get turned in right, there you go, now get turned in left and roll on that throttle, a little gentler on that steering wheel, and full throttle out, then lift, get turned in right, a little bit of throttle, good, and then hard brake to that cone, then off that brake and get turned in, there you go, a little gentler on that steering wheel, you've gotten there you go, and full throttle out, there you go, keep going, staying left all the way to that cone, and braking that blue cone, then off that brake, and get turned in, there we go, start rolling into that throttle, keep rolling into it, and full throttle, keep going, and hard brake to that cone, downshift, and get turned in early, now get turned in, now roll back in that throttle, and full throttle out, and up, staying left, and braking, harder, downshift, keep braking, off that brake now, get turned in, there we go, and roll back in that throttle, keep rolling into it, and full throttle out, all the way up, keep going, and braking straight line to that cone, then off that brake, slight turn in, wait for it, now start rolling into that throttle, there you go, then lift off that gas, get turned in right, more right, there you go, now get turned in left and roll into that throttle, and full throttle out, all the way up to that blue cone, then lift off that gas, get turned in right, staying right, and hard brake, off that brake now, get turned in, there you go, start rolling back in that throttle, keep rolling into it, keep going, there you go, full throttle, all the way up to the cone, hard brake to that cone, then off the brake, and get turned in, there we go, roll back in that throttle, keep rolling into it, and braking to that cone, downshift, and there you go, get turned in all the way down, and roll on that throttle out, full throttle out, up, staying left, up, and hard braking, downshift, a little lighter, a little less brake, downshift, and then off that brake and get turned in, there we go, and roll back in that throttle, keep rolling into it, full throttle out, and then hard braking, and we're on cool down, buddy. So we're going to take it nice and easy, okay?
40 mile an hour, right?
Yep. Good job, Landon.
Thank you. grip is incredible.
Yeah, you started to get too used to it though, and you were starting to throw the steering wheel.
Okay.
So you got to be nice and smooth with those inputs.
Wow.
Go ahead and lift out, let it coast. We're gonna stay wide, and then watch this. See how nice and smooth I can be,
Yeah, you can.
and then see, there we go. Back up to 45. Staying left. Just lift out, no brake. And go and turn in. There you go, just like that. And then we'll take that exit off. Good job, buddy.
Thanks. That's probably the coolest thing I've ever done.
Go ahead and slow down a little bit. And then we're going to turn right into lane number 1. So turn right, sharp right into lane number 1. There you go. And then nice and slow past his family. And a little bit to the right. And then hard cut left.